And as we continue to celebrate Women's History Month, we're taking you to Chicago's South Side, where one woman turned her vision into a lasting legacy.
NBC5's Michelle Relerford introduces us to the founder of the Pullman Porter Museum, who shares with us how that museum came about.
Dr. Lynn Hughes is the founder of the A. Philip Randolph Pullman Porter Museum. She doesn't call it an accomplishment. She says it was her assignment.
I always say I don't like to take credit because it really wasn't my idea. It was God's idea.
As a single mom following a divorce, Hughes planned to start over with a career in real estate investment. And that's how she discovered the Pullman neighborhood on Chicago's South Side, bounded by 103rd Street and 115th Street east of Cottage Grove.
I thought I could build upon developing an interest for the African American population in the community, because if they had something in the community that related to them, then they could feel a part.
Dr. Hughes began researching the history of the Pullman Porters, 19th and 20th century African-American service staff on the railroad sleeping cars hired by George Pullman post the Civil War. Despite intense racism, low pay, and long hours, they formed the first black union, the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, in 1925. They helped fuel the Great Migration and were crucial in launching the Civil Rights Movement.
I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I'm glad that I did it, because the seeds that we have planted by creating this museum in a place that no one would ever put a museum, in a place where the people who live in this community, children in particular, who walk to and from school every day, pick up a little chip of pride.
But there were obstacles.
The political challenges were the most roadblocks and hindrances that emerged from that space. But because I wasn't really astute on politics, I just didn't know what I was saying, and so I just kept moving.
She kept moving and began building, purchasing the property, and founding the nation's first African-American Labor History Museum in 1995.
I cried because I thought my kids are going to have a memory of what their mother did.
She also kept growing, going back to school at 57 years old and earning her doctorate in cultural policy from Northern Illinois University.
Because cultural policy dictates what happens to institutions like this.
She has this advice for women who have an assignment of their own.
There should be no limit, but you have to be strong and not be discouraged. But I think at the top of the list, if you put God first, the rest is going to happen, because you'll have the strength and the guidance and directions that you need.